Good afternoon, Mrs. Calderon. Thank you for being here today. How are things going?
Yeah, what's this I hear about my daughter pole dancing?
Okay, yeah, I do want to talk about that in just a moment, but I wanted to start off by saying that Christina has continued to do excellent work in her academics, and she demonstrates the potential to be a natural leader. She's always enthusiastic about participating in class and demonstrating her abilities as a student. She hasn't missed one homework assignment this whole year.
Yeah, well that's all fine and dandies, but I want to talk about this phone call I received on Friday about Christina pole dancing. Now I'm curious, what kind of pole dancing was it exactly? Is it more like a skipping pole dancing, or more like one of these?
It was like the second one.
Okay, well, I'm sorry, but when I asked her about it, she said that she was just playing around. And besides, don't you think that she's a little young to understand what pole dancing is?
Yeah, I'd like to discuss that with you. So, I think that this incident is the latest in a series of incidents that shows that Christina has been acting out much more lately, especially in the last couple of weeks. So, she's been very argumentative, and not just with me, but her peers. And recently I confiscated an inappropriately worded note that she had written to one of the boys in the class. So, but about the pole dancing, I was on yard duty last Friday, and I noticed a large group of 4th and 5th graders clustered around the poles by the slide. So I decided to check it out, and I wanted to see, what was causing so much attention. And as I got closer, I saw Christina and 2 of her friends dancing on the poles in a way that I consider to be inappropriate. Now, she may not understand what she is doing is inappropriate, but given the recent change in her behavior, I thought it was a good time to meet with you and try to figure out what's going on.
Well, I don't know what's going on. When she rides the bus home from school, she rides with my youngest sister.
Okay.
So she might know more than me. I work 2 jobs and 60 hours a week, so I'm not around much. It was hard enough to get time off for this meeting. I don't know who's working the kitchen right now.
Yeah, well, I definitely appreciate you taking the time to be here. I know that you work a lot, but I know that you're here because you care about your daughter. How old is your sister?
She's in high school. Now that I think of it, she is kind of wild and crazy and is really into dancing. Usually my sister has her friends over after school and they all hang out in the backyard at the tetherball pole.
At the tetherball pole?
Yeah, we have a tetherball pole in the backyard.
Okay. Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
And they're always back there, but I never really pay mind, and like I said, I work a lot. So.
Okay, so that might explain the dancing.
I think that might explain the dancing.
Okay. I would recommend just having a conversation with Christina about appropriate and inappropriate dancing so that she understands the difference. Now, in terms of her arguing in class, it's been disruptive, and she's been making inappropriate remarks under her breath. So, do you think that she could be picking up any of this kind of behavior from your sister and her friends?
Most likely. My sister is a young teenager, and she spends a lot of time on the Facebook and the MySpace, texting, gossiping about boys and all that stuff. Typical girl.
Yeah. So it sounds like Christina may be bringing some of the behaviors that she's exposed to after school with your sister into the classroom. Do you have any concerns that you'd like to voice in addition to what we've already discussed?
Now that you mention it, I have noticed a little bit of rebellious behavior from her lately. She's been kind of sassing me. She's like, "Mom, don't do that. Mom, don't tell me what to do." So, yeah, I have noticed a change.
That sounds frustrating. That level of disrespect sounds frustrating for you. I'm sure that that's something that you're going to need to work through with her. But as you work through it with her, it's probably going to transfer over into the classroom. Now, anything else besides the the sassing remarks.
You know, I may have to think about how I can curb this behavior after school. I don't really know if I have any ideas, but I guess I may just have to think about that a little bit.
Yeah, well, you know, she does qualify for our free after-school program called Spark, and that starts as soon as school gets out, and it provides the students with guided recreational activities, and it gives them help with their homework. So if you're interested, I can get the paperwork for you and send it home with Christina tomorrow.
Yeah, you know, I have heard about that Sparks program. I think the little neighbor boy down the street takes part in that.
Okay. Well, I'll send the paperwork home with her, and you can make the final decision. And maybe you can arrange a ride home for Christina with one of the neighbors, if it works out. But in the meantime, if you have any other questions about it, you just let me know.
Okay.
Is there anything else you'd like to discuss?
No, you know, but I feel like I've been here before, like I know this place or something. Something really familiar about it. I don't know.
Well, if there's nothing else, I think that we'll be in touch for the next couple of weeks with a written progress report home every week. And yeah, does that sound okay?
That sounds just fine with me, Dr. Taylor.
All right. You can call me Mr. Taylor.
I prefer doctor.
Have it your way. Take care.
You take care also.
What do you press?